Chrissy, how are you feeling after that one?
Not too bad. It was a good performance. A few players disappointed me. Darmian weren't brilliant again, but you know what? Lukaku came on. He looked good, and he looked sharp.
He's got his best ever goal tally now at Man United in his first season.
I'm not surprised, because this season, he's been underrated this season. He really has been underrated.
Would he get your vote for Player of the Year, you think?
I've already voted, and Matic, I voted for Matic, because I think Matic again came on today. Brilliant player, brilliant.
What do you make of Ron? 27 goals for the season.
I'd say player of the season, mate. I wouldn't say Matic. He's been good, but Rom's made a difference this year, and for the first year at United, he really has made all the difference, mate.
50 for me as well. It was between them two players.
You think that's better going into the game on Saturday?
Yeah, well, Saturday I don't know.
It couldn't get much worse.
It couldn't get much worse, could it? I think.
Where are you going?
Saturday, I think we'll win. I think we'll win Saturday. I do. I think we've got it in the bag.
Feeling a bit confident for Saturday?
Ask me after Saturday.
That helps. Cheers, lads. I'm here with Barney from Red News. Make sure you check out the fanzine. And if you're at a game and you see him holding it, make sure you buy one.
Like
Barney.
A sad individual. At least.
No, you're not.
The weather's finally turned. 31 years on Friday. That was a year ago we did the 30th. Can you believe it?
It's time's flying, isn't it? I'm not cold. I'm a bit warmer today, especially after that performance.
Yeah, it's better. It was. It couldn't have been any worse, could it? So. I actually thought we did better than I thought we were going to do. Rashford was just a delight. I mean, you could see it's so hard because we try and condense football into how we see it, but it's confidence, momentum. Rashford grew into that game once he knew he was into it, and you think that makes all the difference. Please play him Saturday. Please.
Rashford has to start.
He has to. He's got it. He knows it. He's been indifferent, but that is what you're going to get with a 20-year-old. But he offers us something different. And under Jose, there's a lot of good, some bad. We can debate it till the hills, but we are quite methodical. And you want someone who's going to win you a game. Rashford's a player who can win us a game. So, there's positives today. I thought Martial looked.
He had the beating of his man a few times, but it was the final.
We didn't see it, did we? And I think he had. I looked like a stroppy teenager there today. That when the game's not going for Martial at the moment, he makes you can see it in his body language and everything, and that's sad because I really like him, and you don't want to lose him. So I don't know. We could debate it for hours where this summer's going to go, but we need something to happen to not to go from second to first, but to see better football, to make mistakes.
What do you think it is? Do you think it? Because there's been a lot of chat about. Is it the players? Is it the manager? Do you think?
I don't. How can you go from City to West Brom? But that's not a one-off. That's a theme throughout this season. We are better. The improvement's not as good as it was at the start of the season. It's so complicated. I don't think. Well, the players aren't unhappy on the whole with Jose. So it's not that. There's not major issues in the dressing room, although there's a one or two. I just think they don't look happy, they don't look expressive. Now, is that coming from him? When we're 2-0, that's a 3-0 game. Why are we just containing it? And that's not really, I'm not having a major go at this, because that's better. And you will look at the end of the season and you'll go, but Seville stands out. I mean, I'm old. I'm trying to get over waking up in the middle of the night.
Around that Sevilla
Why
game.
did Seville happen?
Why Fellaini? But game.
Why Fellaini? 4 months. That will never make sense. And
around that game, apart from West Brom, Sevilla, the results have been pretty good when you look at City.
That will haunt him. You're winning, side, and whatever he thought Seville were that Fellaini needed to bring, it just. But Jose, the old Jose, would have made changes, and he didn't make changes early on. And Fergie got caught out against Madrid. You've got to change quickly when things aren't going right. And when European football was, so many teams were making so much effort in the last couple of weeks, and we went out like that. So that's a haunting.
That's what's lingering on.
And that will linger over the summer because, we've got to win Saturday. That's huge.
Do you think we will?
I don't know. Spurs haven't been good, so. But the team is huge,
It's hard to predict anything.
It's hard to predict who he'll play. It's hard to predict how we'll play. I just don't know. We need a cup final, but I don't think it brings the lift to everyone that the Van Gaal Cup final would bring. So, I don't know. We're like an angst. We're all in angst about United, and we shouldn't be, because if we're...
Because on paper we've improved.
Well, this is it. but from where? You know, we've come from a very low starting point, but you would have hoped that Jose would have got us to a better place than this. And yeah, he's tiresome. I'm not a particularly, you know, I'm not Jose out, but I'm not particularly. I love Jose. There's some things he does that are tiring. Just, you know, he had a valid point after Seville about how badly we've done, but he didn't have to do it in that way. And you don't have to. Like my 3-year-old knocks his Lego about if things aren't going right, and Jose has a habit of doing that. And there's only so long you can get away with that. So I don't know. But then, you know, we've won 2-0, so.
Happy days.
It's a hard one though. I don't know how this is all going to pan out, and you want United to be beyond that. You don't want another summer of 5 ins, 5 outs. That can't last. That's got to stop. So, but we're United, so we have the element to always surprise and delight. So
keep plugging away.
Yeah,
Legend.
Saturday.
After that West Bromwich Albion horror show, you feeling better?
Yeah, it feels much better. I mean, everyone was a bit down after that West Brom game, so it's nice to get feet back on the ground, get going again. And I think the real thing we all want right now is to get to that FA Cup final. I mean, that would be a big lift. I mean, after going out of that Champions League, after losing it to City.
After 7 or 8 changes today, do you feel the team responded?
Yeah, I think they really showed like that they're not down and beaten. Like, we're still going to push to the end of the season. We're going to fight for that second place. We're not just going to let go. And especially Martial and Rashford, I thought they both had a point to prove today.
You think they proved it?
I think they definitely did. I think they were both very fast, agile. And
you're nodding your head there. You agree with him?
I totally agree. But my point is, Herrera actually played so well today. He was in control to midfield. I think we showed a lot of confidence today, which was really phenomenal. I saw the second half was just a training ground for Man United. We really did very well. Brilliant job. Rashford started the game so well. My God, pushed forward. Bournemouth tried hard. I saw the decisions were correct. I think the crowd was just against the referee, but the decision was absolutely spot on. And I think we really dominated the game. We deserved the result and move on to second place.
Confident for Saturday?
Absolutely, 100%.
Buzzing for it. It's going to be great. But in all fairness, Bournemouth today, they put on a bit of a fight. They did put on a fight in that start. Like, they were up for it.
And you're buzzing for Saturday, yeah?
Absolutely buzzing for it.
Great stuff. Thank you for stopping by, man. I'm here with Steve. 2-0. Happy?
I like football again tonight. I didn't like it on Sunday.
Did any of us?
I don't think so.
What do you think improved today? Because it was a much changed lineup.
Probably mentality. I think he probably gave them a little bit more freedom, knowing that obviously the title challenge is over, I guess. But I think we just got pipped at the post, didn't we, by City in the end. So I reckon now the title challenge is over. What he's probably done is he's probably gone and said, lads, there's only one thing on the table for us now, and that's a semi-final against Tottenham and hopefully a final on the other side of it at Wembley. The starting 11's not picked, so some of you lot, and you probably know who you are, you're on the fringes of it, go out there, show me that you can play good football, be ruthless, be clinical, work hard, and let's see what we can come up with. And Bournemouth are in that safe zone where they're not playing for Europe, they're not fighting against relegation. This could have been a nothing tie, this could have been boring, but United stepped up tonight, and the likes of Martial, Rashford and Ander Herrera really set the tempo, set the pace, and set the tone.
Front three looked really good in the final, because we started off pretty slowly. You mentioned the strikers were pegging us back, and then we managed to get going, and every time Martial, Rashford, Jesse got in the final third, they were making things happen.
We did make things happen in the final third. The problem in the first half was, Bournemouth played a pretty narrow 4-4-2 for us in that first half, and the two strikers splitting basically just marked Smalling, they marked Jones, and that gave us limited options, and it meant Ander Herrera had nowhere to go with it. Pogba and Fellaini needed to do a little bit more to come short and come and get the ball going. But when we did actually get it into the feet in that final third, oh my God, we looked unbelievable, didn't we? Tony Martial running, doing things with the ball like you're not even supposed to physically do at the speed that he's running with the ball. It was absolutely magical joy to watch. Marcus Rashford doing the exact same sort of stuff. It's the speed and the feet of that guy. You're always going to get that sort of performance when you play Jesse Lingard, Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial.
But by the looks of the subs, they won't go on.
But you can't play that against every single team in the league. It doesn't work like that. But when them lads are able to play together, you're going to get that level of speed in the final third.
And by the subs, it looks like neither of them, if we're going by the subs, looks like neither of them will start. Jesse maybe starts, Herrera, Pogba. they came off.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him go very narrow against Spurs on Saturday. I think he might pack the midfield. I wouldn't be shocked to see McTominay start. Wouldn't be shocked to see Matic and Herrera start. Wouldn't be shocked with any of those. And I think he might play sort of Pogba, McTominay, Matic and Herrera as like a midfield square. Just real narrow. And then he might play Sanchez off Lukaku. I think that's pretty likely to do for us to try and counteract what Spurs are going to do. He's definitely going to try and use pace in the final third. It's just who he does that with. It could be Rashford. Might not be with him with him playing all the whole game tonight. Ditto with Martial. So the only guy it's got to be, it's not going to be one matter, let's face it, is probably Alexis Sanchez or Lukaku to go and do it on his own. Because I think, it's an away game. Let's be honest with ourselves. It's an away game. So that's what he's going to do.
Man of the match today?
Under Herrera by an absolute country mile.
His pass for Jesse Lingard for that first goal was amazing.
It wasn't his passing that really...
I'm just saying.
All right, I'm saying. His leadership, his marshalling of the midfield and the defence.
Say Marshall again.
Yep. Is covering, because there was times that Smalling, especially Darmian, was massively out of position, and Herrera just slotted in there and dealt with it. I thought he was fantastic. I thought he's shown us what we're going to miss when he leaves in the summer.
And so did Marshall. We got to face it, it's happening, innit? Like, okay? Let's just enjoy these last few moments with Marshall.
I think so, yeah.
Marshall FC for life. Jose, you might not want to go back to the Lowry because I will find you and I'll kill you if you let him go. Anyway, Statman Dave, Manchester United 2, Bournemouth 0. The response you wanted after West Brom job?
Yeah, I think so. It was fresh. It felt like it was a good, vibrant selection. There's a lot of players, as we mentioned, speaking to House on there, that need to perform to get up there. I thought players that did perform, and Herrera performed very well, was fantastic. Paul Pogba was good, carrying on the counter-attack. I thought he did that quite well. There were some moments where he could have dropped in and got on the ball a little bit deeper where United were struggling, but what he did well was that break, the counter-attack.
I'm just trying to put you off.
Just
because they can't see me. They can't see me, so if I try and put you off,
go on,
you look stupid. Then people just think, let's change his name to Stupid Dave.
Stupid Man Dave. No, I think the big one as well, Chris Smalling. He does do some crazy stuff.
Told
sometimes.
you he's always out of position, Dave.
But then at the same time, that wasn't the problem. The problem was...
I'm joking, guys.
You're joking. But the fullbacks, again, and Herrera covered really well. But Smalling as well in those wide areas. One of his big weaknesses is dealing with players in wide areas. They did very well in that situation. And in a goal, how did he pop up there? Just appeared out of nowhere.
I thought Rashford had scored, and then Steve goes, nah, that's Smalling. I go, fuck off.
But again, like what you were saying, what a ball from Ander Herrera, who, when United got to the final third, was playing incisive passes. When it was deep, it was a little bit slow, but when he got there to the final third, he was doing some really good stuff. And take the second goal, he intercepted the ball that led to the counter-attack. It was Ander Herrera.
What did you make of Rashford's performance in the number 9 position?
I liked it. What I like with Rashford when he plays there is he drifts a lot, gets on the ball in the wide areas. That sort of chance he created for himself, working hard on the right wing, winning the ball back and then having that shot on goal, that all comes from him playing as a centre forward, but working hard and being flexible in that position.
No problem.
We don't want to die. We're going to Wembley this weekend.
We don't want to die.
Nice. Luke Shaw? What do you think about Luke Shaw?
I thought he played well today, but I can just imagine Jose. Chris, you fucking idiot. He stepped into it. Chris stepped into the bus.
Yeah, he's harder than the bus, that's the thing with producer Chris. He's a bit of a nutter, you know what I mean? He's just like, this is my town.
What was he talking about?
We're talking about Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw. So I thought he played well today. I thought he got into the attacking areas pretty well, into the final third. But I still think Jose will find flaws in him. And I think Luke Shaw, when he's played this season, has performed better than Ashley Young. That's what frustrates me.
Yeah, yes and no.
I think Ashley Young looks like he's doing more because of the way he plays.
I think the Liverpool game, Ashley Young played really well. Keeping Mo Salah at bay was good. Well, I liked Luke Shaw's aggressiveness today. I liked him getting in their faces and winning the ball back. That's what he did well. Again, I thought he struggled in the final third. I don't think that his delivery is as good.
His delivery was poor. I thought he got into great.
But it's still a young player. Like, he can work on that. I think he did well. He was aggressive. He won the ball high. He was physical. He wasn't the problem. Darmian was the problem. Darmian's position.
I kept saying to Steve, he's always out of position.
Yeah, it's mad.
Because before the game, we was talking about the team, and I was thinking, out of these 3 midfielders, if our fullbacks push up, who's going to drop deep? Because Fellaini can't really drop deep. He can't play the ball. And Herrera was that guy. But every time Darmian went, Herrera had to really break his neck to get back in. And Damian wasn't really pushing forward. He was just getting caught forward.
Yeah, basically he had to be so defensive to deal with the poor positioning. And again, like, I like Marouane Fellaini, I like what he does, but today's not a game for Marouane Fellaini. Every time he was in the final third, it was coming back to Herrera. Then Herrera had to make another decision to play himself out of trouble because Fellaini's creating pressure.
Like, did that one great thing, though, remember, in the first minute?
Little flick that was like mad. You're like, what are you doing, boy? No, but at the same time, I think Marouane Fellaini has a role in the United team, and he will have a role at Wembley. Whether it's defensive, whether it's aggressive, he'll come on.
No.
Like, that's a better game for Fellaini, I think.
Dave, I know we've won here, but let's not get excited.
What I'm saying is this game isn't for Fellaini. Fellaini shouldn't be playing against Bournemouth because he's not.
Why should he play against Tottenham?
He shouldn't start 100%. I'd go with Herrera, Pogba, and Nemanja Matic. That's the midfield you want. Herrera was very, very poor against West Brom. Man of the match tonight. He's got to start. Like that was. I think that was
subbed as well.
I think that was one of the things. You know, Mourinho being like, you know, we're going to try an 11. Some players might play them out. That was a call to Herrera. That was a call to Paul Pogba. I thought they both excelled tonight. But Marouane Fellaini, where he can be used against Spurs is if United are losing, chuck him on, go long. You've got to do that. I think Spurs can get caught out of Davinson Sanchez. Again, Ajax Europa League final, Fellaini did the same thing on him. That's the only time you'd use him. Or alternatively, you 2-0 up and you throw Fellaini on to just be defensive, to hold his position, to be aggressive. That's it. I don't want to see Fellaini starting 100%. I'd rather see Scott McTominay, I'd rather see Ander Herrera over Fellaini.
Cheers, Dave. Dave, you done a vlog today, didn't you?
I have, man. Go and check it out.
Go and check that out. I'm here with Ryan and Tom. We're outside the Dean Court today, 2-0. Happy?
Yeah, mate, happy. Men against boys, I think, today.
Much better than Saturday.
Yeah, loads better. Conviction.
What do you think improved today?
Everything. I don't know, just consistent.
Not a lot. Come here. Come on.
Like, would you agree with him? We dominated the ball, I thought. Like, they're passing side, and we, on the ball, we absolutely battered them on and off. Men against boys. Like, we bullied them as well. Obviously, Fellaini, Matic when he came on, Romelu when he came on as well, another goal. So,
another goal for him. That's his greatest ever tally.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good finish as well.
Awesome. Knew he'd score.
Cheers, lads.
We said Chris Smalling and Lukaku for the game.
Faz 2-0, 3 points, clean sheet. You happy?
It's all right, innit? It's not too bad. Can't complain. Away after the terrible performance of West Brom, it's all right.
We had to get that West Bromwich Albion game out of our system with semi-final coming up, innit?
It's a solid one, even though half those players aren't going to play. You know.
Who do you think should play on Saturday?
Rashford. Yeah. Martial should play, even though he wasn't the best.
They both finished the game today, though.
They did. They
may not.
They're not. They're not going to play, are they? Rashford should start. Yeah. Fellaini, no man. Matic, fucking awesome. Anyway, I've got to go.
Legend. Thank you, Faz.